Hey, I'm Adam Springer, founder of Startup Sales, and I've put together a crash course for you to get your business from 0 to 5 million in revenue. So let me show you how it works. So there's three things that we need to work on in order to get your company from 0 to a million and then to scale it to 5 million. And these three things are clarity, which means understanding who your clients are, understanding your value proposition, and understanding where you stand in the marketplace. The next is engage. How do you engage these clients? How do you get more conversations via outbound, from inbound? How do you engage them? And then the third one is convert. How do you convert them from taking them from that first conversation to a closed paying client? So these are the three aspects that you have. And I've developed these 9 core strategies in order to implement this into a predictable, repeatable model. But let's start with the first one. And the first one is the one that most companies have a problem with, whether you know it or not. And that's understanding the clients and understanding your pain and the value proposition. If we look at your sales funnel today, and it's probably like most other startups, then we're going to actually see a big hole in the funnel. And that hole comes from a misalignment of the value proposition and understanding of their points and your empathy with your buyers. And so that's what we're going to work on today. So if we look at this chart, we see that we have now and the future. And so what's probably going to happen if you don't get this right is you start to go on a downward trajectory. So we want to solve that. But what this looks like is that you don't have enough lead flow. If you're not having enough conversations with prospects, then it's really going to be very difficult to get your momentum going and you're getting new business like that. So we need to understand that. You're probably also, like many of my clients, having bad demos. So once you finally do get them on the call and you show them your product, no matter how great of a product it is, they just don't seem to get it. And they don't seem to want to move through the process. And then that is going to lead you with always having to chase prospects. And what this is going to do is this is going to mean that you're not going to get no traction. And you're not going to get the traction that's required to get your company to the next stage. So what we need to work on and what we need to create are some systems. And these systems are, to help you get new leads daily. That way you could have more conversations and be able to get your message out there and communicate more and turn those people into paying clients. And we need a simple process. And what this simple process is to do is so it's easy to follow, it's repeatable. That way you could make it so that anybody could do it and it doesn't take up a lot of your time in order to convert these prospects into clients. And we need something that is both repeatable and scalable. This way, when it's repeatable and scalable, you could kind of break it up into units and copy paste and continue to grow the business because you need to continue to get that upward momentum and that trajectory going. And what this looks like is you're going to be able to have new clients and predictable growth. Because that's what we're here for, is to be able to get those new clients, build this business into something successful that's going to be more of an upward trajectory like this. And that's what we're aiming for here. Now, to build these systems and these processes, we need to work on 3 core elements. And those elements are engage, to get more conversations, convert, be able to get them into revenue, and scale in order to grow this into 10x. So in order to achieve these kind of results, you need to get to the foundation, which is the pain points. And so we have three categories of pain points that we need to split up in order to understand our clients. The first one of these is a financial pain. So a financial pain could be time and money. And it's because time equals money. And so any kind of pain point or any kind of problem that you solve for the client that comes under financial could be like, okay, you save man hours, you reduce cost, things like that. And that's financial pain. The second kind is emotional pain. This is like, I'm getting frustrated. I have to do 3 hours every day of this repetitive task and it's really annoying. Or it's, I don't have visibility into the pipeline and I don't know what's going on and it's really stressful because it makes it harder for me to do my job. And so these are kind of emotional pains. And the third one is a business need. This is something that the business needs to have in order to do business. So they need to have a CRM in order to do business in sales. So those are the three different kind of pain points. And what you want to do here is you actually want to go one by one and list all the pain points that you solve in these categories. So as you go and you start writing your list, what you'll end up having is a full understanding of where your pains are, where your prospects' pains are, and how you could come in and solve it. Because if you know these, then you can know how to market to them, how to sell to them, what kind of questions to ask, and everything. Now, what's really great about this is it really helps map everything out, and it gives you a great visualization and a great understanding. But you need to do this as a team. Get your partners and your founders and your whole team involved on this because each person has a different perspective. And compare notes and put everything together. Now, what you want to do with that list then is you want to look and see, okay, what's the ones that we solve the best? What's the ones that bring the highest amount of value in? Because you're going to come up with a list of a lot of different pains that you solve, but you want to look at what are the highest value ones. Maybe take the top 3, 5 of each. Top 3 of financial, top 3 of emotional, top 3 of business needs. And then we're going to dive in deeper into those because this is only surface level deep. We want to go another couple layers deep. So in order to do that, we need to take each one of these pains, the top ones with the highest value, and look at them on a deeper level because this is only surface level right now and we need to go 2 or 3 levels deeper to really fully understand. And so what we do is we look at this pain mapper, this quadrant, and what we want to achieve here with this is to understand what the prospect is feeling, what the prospect feels with this pain. And once we map this out, it will help us even better with the qualification questions, even better delivering a demo so that it speaks to them in the right way. So let's look at the x-axis. And what we have is pain. So we know that everybody wants to move away from pain, generally. And so we want to move away from pain. But what do we want to move towards? Well, pleasure. So we want to take our clients away from the pain and towards pleasure. But there's different kinds of pain and there's different kinds of pleasure. So we have time. We have pain in the now and pleasure in the now. And we also have it in the future. So this gives us our 4 quadrants. So what is pain in the future? Well, if it's pain in the future, it's something that we're scared of. And if it's pain in the now, that's a frustration. So if you have a frustration now we want to look at the opposite. What's pleasure in the now? Well, I'm frustrated with this and I want this. So this is a want. And if it's in the future, if it's something I'm scared of today, Well, what is it that I want in the future? It's a dream. So these are our 4 quadrants. So if you take any one of these pains and you bring it over to here, you want to ask yourself, what does the client or what does the prospect feel? What about this pain causes frustration to them? What about this pain causes them to be scared? And the same for the opposite with the dream and want. What do they want out of this pain? How do they want to solve this? What is their dream of theirs in regards to this pain? And if you take each one of those pain points from before and answer these 4 questions for each one of those, now you have a complete picture. And then when you go back to speak to the prospect and ask some questions, you ask some questions around their frustration. Hey, how are you managing the fact that it takes you 3 hours a day to implement this one strategy? How does that work for you? Well, that's really annoying, yeah. And it gives them time to bring up and talk about the pain themselves without you telling them they have the pain, which is a lot more powerful. And when you use this in the right context, in the right order, this is everything. So another example of where you would use this is, let's say you're going to put a video on your webpage, a demo video on your webpage, so people could come on and see the explanation of what you guys do. Well, what you want to do is you actually want to make sure that you're touching on each of these 4 quadrants in that explanation video. So that way when people listen to it, they find themselves into it, then they really feel the pain deep down, and they know then that you are the right solution for them. So that's how you really get to understand your clients and your prospects, and how you are able to build off of that's the systems and processes in order to engage better because you know the clients, and ask the right questions and start to convert them because you know their pain and understanding. So I don't know where you are with sales for your company, but what would it mean for you if you were able to close over 50% of the prospects that you spoke to? How would that change your business? Would that be able to bring you up to the next level? Now remember, this is only one of the 9 sections that we work on with our clients in our coaching program. There's a few others. In clarity, you have competitive landscape. We have in Engage, we have an outbound system to get you new leads every day. We have how to get inbound leads and into a conversation with you as a salesperson, from call structure to be able to get them engaged and want to go through a sales process with you. Convert, we talk about how to do demos and how to do a POC so that it's successful, so they're not always dragging it on, so that at the end of it they know how to buy and what to buy. As a negotiation, so that you get your pricing models right and you know how to negotiate and close these prospects. To also scaling. How do we scale this and how do we grow this into a 10x company? So this is how we have helped over 50 companies this last year go from 0 to $1 million in less than a year, and then start to scale out to 5 million in revenue. So the question for you is, would you like to get these processes and structure in place in your business to get your company the same results? Because if you would, right now we're looking for 10 more clients to help and build their sales system. And we're doing that with building systems that will engage the client and get you more conversations every day, be able to convert those clients into paying clients, and scale it out to a much bigger company and process. So rather than giving you all the information right now, why don't you just click the link below and set up a call with us so that we could talk and understand your business and your sales process to see if we can help you or not. So click the link below, find a time that works for you, and looking forward to talking to you.